Hey folks, how you doing? We're gonna do some artwork today, and no, we're not doing artwork. We're doing game design for Bastion Campaigns using the new 5e Bastion rules as a jumping point. We're developing a campaign style that has challenges and complications arise while operating the Bastion that prompts adventures on a weekly basis as a Bastion turn. So give me a second here to check my signal, make sure we're coming through. I'm going to do some quick social media update checks here just to make sure that word gets out, and then we'll get to work for a bit. Checking the signal, making sure we'll get to work for a bit. I can hear myself. That's a good start. So I'm going to drop that sound down to out of the way. There we go, and I can grab this bookmark here for us to be able to do some quick social media postings. I don't do like the countdown with the song playing and stuff like that. Which is normally what us content creators put up to distract you while we press a whole bunch of social media posts. But I figure if I do my job well, I can both give you an intro about who I am, what we got going on, what we're doing today, as well as do the social media posts at the same time. So we'll see if I succeed at that effort or not. But just for those that, if you're already familiar with the channel or you're catching it in the future and want to skip past the intro, you can just skip ahead a minute, and I'll see you on the other side. But for those that are new to the channel, thanks for being here. My name is Phil Kearney. I create role-playing games, I illustrate them, I publish them online, and I create content for Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition. I publish it on the DMsGuild, and I've been doing so since 2018. I've been a DM since '87, been a freelance illustrator since 1999, and once 5th edition happened, I got started on content creation when Guildmaster's Guide to Ravnica got published by Wizards, bridging the gap from Magic the Gathering into D&D, but they left the color mana system out, they left the colors out, they left the mana out, they gutted out the mechanics of MTG and just left it as Vancian Magic with 8 schools of magic and spell slots as per normal D&D, with a patina of Ravnica across the top. So that got us into creating variant rules for 5th edition. 5th edition is such a great game engine to manipulate and to kit bash, basically, to create different styles of game. The first thing I actually created and published on DMsGuild, and it's been an ongoing project, to be honest, is the color mana spell point rules, which is completely replaces the spell slot system and the 8 schools of magic with the color mana spell point variant rule stuff, and that became kind of a theme in developing stuff. So now we're taking the Bastion system and we're making it old school, where your characters are commanding a structure or a settlement or a fortress or a pirate fleet or whatever, and in command of that NPC downtime sort of resource, complications arise, opportunities occur that characters can then use as plot hooks on a weekly basis. So as your Bastion takes a turn, it advances and improves, and then new complications arrive that cause your characters to go out and have an adventure to resolve the complications, return home, and then advance the Bastion again, go, return. It becomes a cadence for the campaign. I've been playtesting this style of campaign for over a year now with my home table, and it's a Spelljammer Eberron campaign where they are in charge of an asteroid belt mining operation in competition with Droam, Sarlona, Aranel, and the nations of Corvair to basically mine precious minerals and crystals from the asteroids that are in orbit around Eberron. And so we gamified that, made a Bastion system out of it. It operates on weekly turns, and there's one adventure per turn. And if there's multiple complications, the team has to choose which one they want to take care of personally. And then the rest of them are resolved as basically skill checks conducted through the Bastion NPCs directly. And the NPCs can become new player characters to replace, add to, or run alongside on different adventures if you want to run more than one adventure per week. You can have multiple teams of different characters that the players play in order, or you could even West March it where you have multiple adventuring teams running separate missions out of the same Bastion, and then everyone is contributing to the growth of the Bastion, which is also super cool. The Bastion has been converted into a point system so that you can scale up your Bastion through different ranks, and the points that you gain can be converted into treasure, or rather treasure can be converted into bastion points, so that your money, you take money out of the equation. You don't have to worry about having hundreds of thousands of gold laying around. You instead convert that gold into bastion points, and you can even make these bastion points become an award that's offered for performing a mission, mercenary style. We will give you 2 bastion points if you save our kingdom, or whatever. And so the bastion points are used to not only advance the ability checks, like the bonuses on your ability checks when you're making bastion checks to resolve issues and like build stuff and things, but the bastion points are also used to create facilities that give you additional downtime activity options, as well as be able to issue unique orders, like create different types of magic items or whatever. So the bastion points is like the experience point / mana system for structures, facilities, for your bastion or for settlements. It works the same way. So that's probably enough. That's probably enough ado. I'll just wrap it up and say, if you think this stuff is cool, like, subscribe, hit the bell icon for notifications of when we're live in the future. Thanks a lot for new subscribers this week. I'm here 10 times per week, Monday through Friday in the morning, doing artwork. Mondays and Thursday nights like this, typically doing the Bastion campaign. Tuesdays and Friday lunchtimes, including tomorrow, we work on the martial power system. And then we play test on Saturday on my Discord, which is linked right here. So here's a bunch of books I've already created. They all have free previews. And like, subscribe, blah, blah. Okay. And one last thing. If you want to read along today with us, here's the full playlist of all 40 episodes of building the system. This also includes the original command system for mass combat and kingdom and guild leadership, which was the precursor to the Bastion campaign that we're currently building. And here's the actual playtest document that we're building inside of the Bastion campaigns document. This is the same document that I use every week. It's read only for you right now, but once it's published, it'll be on the DMsGuild, just like all the other stuff that I make. You'll have free previews, so you can check all that stuff out as well. So I'm just going to pluck this out of the equation here. We're looking at Bastion facilities. I plucked the wrong one. I'm going to put that back in. Let's pluck this one. We're looking at orders, issuing orders. Right now, we're looking at specific types of orders. I'm going to scroll down here. Issuing orders. It shouldn't be issuing unique orders. It should just be issuing orders. So something about some facilities. Okay, so blah, blah, blah. The Bastion characters can issue orders to a Bastion each turn to sustain a living for the characters and hirelings in the facilities, to craft items, create magic items, research stuff, etc. Yeah, that's a horrible intro, but so when we're looking at a facility, a facility can have either unique orders. It can have provide benefits to your facility for just having it in your structure, and then there's also downtime activities that can be performed. So I think we're probably gonna have a section on facility benefits, downtime activities, and issuing orders. Currently, right now, where we're at right now is going through all of the orders to look at structure. We're looking for consistent type of orders. Issue a research order to scribe a new arcane scroll onto a scroll. To scribe a new arcane spell onto a scroll that can be added to a spellbook or added to a character's list. That can be added to a spellbook or a character's list of prepared spells. The maximum spell level you can research is based on the number of Bastion points improving this facility. There you go. Points. spell level. Not. I can just erase this for now. Not wish. We should order it like DC. There. And then we can get rid of this block here. We don't need that. It's technically irrelevant for this conversation. There's a pattern here. Yeah, like that. Asterisk. There, good enough. Bastion points. There. So if the arcane study, you can. This is a unique order that can be issued. This follows the rules of crafting. This follows the rule of empowering. This is just its own standalone thing of researching a particular type of spell. So we don't put that under research, so we do have a common rule for research. This remains independent. Order, crafting. I'm looking for anything else that needs to be structured. You can issue the trade order to auction a bastion point to earn gold. The result of the bastion test determines the percent of gold value earned through the auction. Higher ranked bastions take longer to complete the auction for higher value. You can choose to gain the maximum value of a lower result, requiring the listed duration to do so. So if we roll a no sale, and in addition you create a complication. If it's 2 asterisks, no sale, and in addition you create a complication. Duration. Decrease the tier of duration, reduces the total value by 10%. Or by 1/10. Yeah. Seasoned monk. Yeah, that feels right. I'm thinking this through. Hold on. Yeah, this is its own thing. So I want to leave this. I want to leave this one in place. This is only applies to the auction house. It's not a pattern. It's not. I mean, everything in here matches the patterns of everything else, but this is unique to the auction house. So I want to leave this in place. I'm going to leave this in place. Let's skip it. Barracks is good. Facility benefits. The crypt, that's unique. You must have sufficient space to retain the skeletons as listed for each rank. Harvest. You can issue the harvest order to animate. I don't know. Maybe that should be in power. You can issue the Empower order. Yeah, I feel like that's the right thing to do. You can issue the Empower order. I feel like that's the right thing to do. Yeah, let's do that. You can issue the Empower order. To animate CR, 1/2 skeletons bound to the Bastion. Animate CR, 1/2 skeletons bound to the Bastion. To serve. To serve and defend the Bastion. Hey, Francois, it's good to see you. The maximum amount of skeletons created this way is determined by the rank. This matches the pattern, but it's not called recruiting, but it matches the pattern of recruiting. That's where my brain lock is at, because in the document here, we're dividing things like we have recruiting down here. You can see the pattern. Recruiting soldiers. That's essentially what we're looking at. See, like if I were to list this for like the crypt and the workshop, the workshop works more like creating a monster. But if I had recruiting soldiers here, if I listed barracks, crypt, and war room, it would follow these rules. Except the crypt is currently in power. And it doesn't create soldiers; it creates undead. Fuck it. We'll just leave it there. We'll just leave it there. I'm sure this is a good idea. We're gonna leave that in place. The maximum number of skeletons there. Yeah. I don't need to belabor it so hard. The dimming plane can be used to house facilities without increasing the size. I'm trying to see what do I need to do to drop things down below. Time to complete craft power. It speeds them up. Gaming hall. Unique orders. Trade. When you issue the trade order. Sacrifice 1 bastion point if you succeed. Comma. If you succeed in the bastion test, you gain 2 bastion points permanently. If you fail the roll, you cannot receive the bastion point. And the quality of the bastion lifestyle is reduced by 1 degree. No, it's not reduced by 1 degree. Let's just go and you. You cannot recover the bastion point. If you fail, you cannot recover the sacrificed bastion point. Thank you. And you create a there it is. And you create a complication. Garden. Looking for craft and harvest. Okay, so I'm probably the next thing I'm probably going to be doing now is the craft and power mechanics. And hold on real quick. So we've got something, we don't have anything for trade yet, but we'll add that in. Recruit monsters. We don't have anything for maintain yet. This is where the lifestyle is going to go. Harvest. We'll do that for materials. And power. We have a standardized rule for that. We have craft. We have standardized rules for that. We're almost there. Excuse me for a second. I need to grab some water. I'm realizing I am thirsty. Excuse me for a second. I need to grab some water. I'm realizing I am thirsty. Hey Steve, how you doing? I had to go grab myself some water. I was just looking for outliers. You can issue the recruit order to attract an expert sidekick as a hireling, and also accompany your characters on adventures. Yeah, we've already reduced that. Trade, you can issue the trade order to acquire materials or non-magical items. The difficulty is determined by the value of the item. I don't think we have any other instance in here. Wait, the storeroom. Maybe, oh, what about the storeroom? Let's go check that out. Downtime activities has a pattern that we might be able to make mention of. Downtime activity. Those are unique. Downtime activity for charm. 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 Use the harvest order to create a talisman that's unique. Charm. We have glyphs, that's unique. Facility benefit. Anything else? Here's a unique trade order involving horses. Trade. You can issue the trade order to have any type of materials or non-magical delivered to the facility. So the storehouse. This looks like the storehouse and materials. Looks like the storehouse and materials. Does that match the guild hall? Hold on, let's go back up to the guild hall and see what it was doing. Does that match the guild hall? Essentially, yeah. To acquire materials. Essentially, yeah. To acquire materials. Or non-magical items. Yeah, the value of the item. You can issue the trade order to acquire materials or non-magical items. So if I get rid of that, I go down here to trade. I'm now starting to build a pattern. Now the stables trade order is fairly unique. That harvest order is unique. So this will be downtime activities. And this will be facility benefits. Hireling, henchman. Oi. Okay, let's finish building our pattern. Facility benefits, that's unique. Spy network, stables. I think I need to leave this trade order here. You can issue the trade order to have any types of materials or non-magical items delivered to the facility. Yeah, that's pretty much the same. So we clip that. Teleportation circle. Downtime activities unique. I'm going to leave that. This becomes empower. See, I had a hang up about using the same order more than once in the same facility, but now I'm okay with it because we have a way of picking and of penalizing using the same order multiple times. Yeah, so that's okay. And then that's the end of them. Okay, so we can go down to, so we have, we gotta standardize how we can have materials or items delivered to our bastion. That's trade. And then we want to have gathering materials by harvest. We want to have creating magic items with empower and creating non-magical items with craft, or mass producing non-magical items with craft. So these 1, 2, 3, 4 options, these 4 orders, all have standardized rules to them that kind of all curve together with each other. They kind of cluster together. And the maintain has at this point only one actual order, which is maintaining a lifestyle for the bastion, which makes sense. Maintain a lifestyle. There you go. Harvest, like you can, issue anyway. Because we separated defense of the facility, we separated defending the bastion from the maintain order. We separated them because it made sense to. You still issue an order to defend your bastion, but it isn't the maintain order. It's just defend, attack, and defend are their own little orders now. Hey, what's up? You two won't let me say henchmen are greater than height. Wow. Huh. Yeah, the reason I'm calling them hirelings is because the hirelings in the Bastion facility are just background NPCs that aren't necessarily important. They can be upgraded to sidekicks for an adventure, taking on sidekick levels while they're on that adventure with the characters. But when the adventure is over, they degrade back to being hirelings. And then if you want to promote them to being actual characters to run adventures with, then there you go. But hireling is the general term used, and I don't think henchman is appropriate for like a dumb, for a cook. A cook isn't really a henchman. It's henchmen are basically what 5e calls sidekicks now. So, except that you can hire a whole bunch of henchmen. That is true. No, henchmen were actually special. There's henchmen and hirelings. In 2nd edition and 1st edition, there was always henchmen and hirelings. Henchmen were particularly loyal to your characters, while hirelings just used the general disposition tables of 1e, etc. So yeah, that dichotomy still exists, but instead of calling them henchmen, we now call them sidekicks. Whatever. Same thing though, essentially. Blah blah blah. Something about facilities can issue. Something about issuing. Something about bastions can perform unique actions using the something about characters bastions can take unique actions called orders, which are carried out by hirelings using the facilities that have been using the facilities within the bastion. Such as sustaining a living, such as maintaining a lifestyle for the characters and hirelings in the facilities, crafting, creating magical or non-magical items, researching information or trading exotic materials, period. And then craft mechanics. So let's go down to the recruit is okay. Recruit. Research. Research is okay. Trade. Hey, what's up? Why does YouTube care that I rank? How many people are? You know what? We just. I don't know, man. Maybe I don't know. Where in the world are you? First off. I don't know. Where in the world are you? First off. Let's see. Trade. How do we? Trade is guild hall, storehouse. Trade is guild hall, storehouse. While some bastions can harvest materials or create items with the facilities and hirelings, while some bastions are designed specifically to harvest materials or create items with the facilities and hirelings selected, chosen for those bastions. The trade order can obtain material and items already can obtain materials already harvested or items already created from facilities in other bastions and settlements. The difficulty to trade let's see. When conducting, when issuing the trade order, the bastion doesn't need to offer specific items. Doesn't need to offer specific items or payments to obtain the items traded unless a complication requires it. Otherwise, the costs related to trading are automatically incorporated into the lifestyle maintained by the bastion to reflect how incorporate into lifestyle incorporated into maintaining a lifestyle for the bastion. Period. That's a good start. Oh, Francois, that's great. I mean, I guess it's horrible. I just personally think it's great that You show up my stream, and these are the problems that you get to deal with. Issuing the recruit order. Issuing the recruit order draws attracts new creatures, new hirelings or creatures to ally with the Bastion, to aid, to assist in carrying out orders issued, or to defend the Bastion from attack, from siege and sabotage, from siege or sabotage, period. Recruiting hirelings. That makes sense. That's nice and quick. Good words. Recruiting hirelings. That makes sense. That's nice and quick. I'm tired today, boys. I don't know how long I'm going to stay up. Trade order, there we are. While some bastions are designed specifically to harvest materials or create items with the facilities and hirelings chosen for the bastions. Chosen for those bastions. While the trade order can obtain materials already harvested or items already created from facilities and other bastions and settlements. When issuing the trade order, the Bastion doesn't need to offer specific items or payments to obtain the items traded unless a complication requires it. Otherwise, the costs related to trading are automatically incorporated into maintaining a lifestyle. Bastion. The difficulty of the DC of the Bastion check is determined by the value of the material or items traded. Tally timer. Value. Rarity. Common. Uncommon. Rare. Very rare. Legendary. I'm gonna put 200k plus. Value, rarity, DC. The DC of the Bastion check is determined by the value of the materials or items received during trade. The maximum value or value and rarity of item that can be traded this way is limited by the number of Bastion points used to improve the facilities used By the number of bastion points used to improve the facilities. Carrying out. Improve the facility. Used to improve the facility that the order is issued to. That's kind of clunky, but let's go with points. By the rank of the facility. By the rank of the facility that the order is issued to. It could also be limited by the rank of the facility carrying out the order. Limited by the rank of the facility carrying out the order. Period. That feels good. Points, value, rarity. And duration. 1 week, 1 month, 1 month. 1 season. Hey, you. My mouse is skipping around a little bit. And then we'll go duration. Is the amount of time required to complete the trade. The order used the order must be maintained the entire duration of the order to receive the intended material or items. Value of Bastion points, item, rarity of material, order, DC of trade. There you go. At least you have a chat on screen, so I don't know, Francois. That's just goofy to me. That's just goofy. We're gonna get through all that stuff. We're gonna go back to here. And yeah, doing it this way seems right. This feels right, because then we can lay out all the rules involved with, you know, doing the thing. Damn it. This is where I want to be. This, I want to be somewhere else. Crafting. Fine. I'm going to take this. Trade. What the fuck is actually going on? Whatever, dude. Duration. Let's see. Let's set up each of these in turn. Bastion points equals number. Sorry, Bastion rank. Bastion rank equals number of points. Number of Bastion points expended to improve a facility. Value of items. Itness. Value of items equals the gold cost of purchasing the non-magical items received with the issued trade order through the issued trade order. This can be a single item up to the listed gold value in gold, or it can be a collection of similar items, such as simple weapons, medium armor, alchemists supplies, etc. And then we have rarity of material equals rarity of material equals the rarity of material equals rarity of materials indicates the quality or exotic nature of material used to create a non-magical or magical item. For example, forging, creating a non-magical longsword. For example, a longsword is valued at 10 GP. Longsword. A longsword is valued at 10 gold pieces. To craft a longsword, a smithy or armory requires minerals, iron, bronze, etc. less than, for example, longsword is valued at 10 gold pieces. To craft a longsword, a smithy or armor requires mineral iron. For items. To craft a longsword, a smithy or armory requires mineral materials, such as iron, bronze, etc. That can be obtained by a first rank bastion. By a first rank facility. Similarly, as another example, if creating a rare magical item requires exotic material components with a DC 10 Bastion check, which can be obtained within 1 week. And as another example, if creating a rare magical item is determined to require, if creating a rare magical item requires exotic material components to complete, a third rank bastion is able to obtain the needed material with a DC 20 Bastion check. Which can be obtained within 1 month. There, easy enough. Order DC. Minimum DC, minimum result to succeed at carrying out minimum result to carry out a the trade order without complication. If the result is below the listed DC, not only the material or items cannot be obtained until a complication is resolved. Minimum result to carry out the trade order. If the result is below the DC, a complication occurs. And the material or items cannot be obtained until it is resolved. And then duration. Equals minimum time required to obtain the material. I am so thirsty today. I'm gonna have to go get more water. That is crazy. Minimum time required to obtain the material. To obtain the requested material or items. The trade order, the order issued. This order cannot be recovered until the trade completes. This order cannot be recovered for the listed duration, or the trade is canceled. Any future orders to obtain similar material must start anew with the same full duration listed for the rank of material, for the rank full duration listed period. There. Congratulations, we have just codified how trade works. So now we have trade. But when we get into craft and power and harvesting above, that will make it easier for us to understand. Like trade is like at the back end of all of this. So naturally, we did that one first. I guess I could copy this entire block. And so now we have trade resolved. That's great. Recruit, maintain, empower, harvest. I think harvest is probably going to be the next thing. Thinking these through. Okay, difference is there is no duration. That's the difference between crafting, empowering, the difference between harvesting materials versus trading for them or craft or whatever. Burp, 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 burp. I was going to say the difference there is that trade takes longer than other things. So in the case of harvest, I don't think I want to have a duration for harvest. It's your harvesting facility is specifically designed to gather, process, and store materials for later trade, crafting, and empowering. You're specifically gathering that material. You have that material on hand based on the size of the facility you have to resolve it. So hold on. I need more water, so I'm gonna have to be right back, guys. Be right back. I need more water. That's the idea. Be right back. These no worries, the rest of your days. African catchphrase. All right, let's keep at this. Now the difference here is, if we want to harvest materials, we have to have a settlement. That's the stipulation. You don't have to have a settlement to trade. You just have to have a storehouse or a guild hall. That's the stipulation. You don't have to have a settlement to trade. You just have to have a storehouse or a guild hall. So let's go through and harvest. You can gather materials. To create for creating items or empowering. You can gather materials for crafting items or empowering magic items. Crafting non-magical items or empowering magical items. Crafting non-magical items or empowering magical items. The size. A bastion must be located on a settlement capable of harvesting the desired material to be issued the harvest order this way. The DC of the Bastion check is determined by the value of the material harvested. Which is limited by the rank of the facility carrying out the order and size of facility, the size of settlement the facility is located at. Bastion rank, value, rarity, order. Bastion rank, value, rarity, order. Let's go with Bastion rank. Let's go with size of settlement. First rank, second rank, second rank, settlement rank. Let's just do it that way. Settlement. Let's do it that way. There. That, I think, makes more sense. There. So we'll have to talk about settlement. We talk about settlements separately. I don't see anything censored. So we'll have to talk about. Hey, Omni, it's good to see you. Maybe, oh yeah, maybe it is. Hey, Omni, it's good to see you. Maybe Francois accidentally has the European oligarch settings clicked, toggled on his YouTube selection. Omni, how you doing today? I don't know, honestly. I'm just giving you shit, Francois. Settlement rank. Number of bastion points expended. Let's see. Settlement rank. The settlement rank equals the size of settlement where the material is harvested from, as detailed in settlements below. Value of item, the gold cost, the gold cost of purchasing the non-magical items received through the gold cost, the maximum value of the non-magical item crafted from the harvested materials. For example, a bedroll is, for example, a bedroll costs less, costs up to 100. A bedroll costs less than 100 gold piece. So the amount of material required to the amount of material harvested to craft the bedroll is within the means of a first-ranked settlement. Indicates the quality or exotic nature of material harvested required to create a non-magical magical item. Indicates the quality or exotic nature of material required to create a magical item. For example, creating a rare if creating a rare quality magical sword. If creating a rare magical sword requires an exotic element, rare rock, an exotic requires an exotic alloy to complete. If creating a rare magical sword requires an exotic alloy, a third rank settlement specialized, a third rank settlement harvesting mineral materials can potentially provide the required material. Order DC. Let's see. If a settlement if the required if the there it is, if the material needed if the material needed for harvesting is exotic or is deemed to be particularly exotic or if the material needed for harvesting is deemed by the DM to be particularly exotic or if the amount needed may be difficult for the Bastion to provide. The DC to succeed roll a Bastion check to provide. Roll a Bastion check with the DC as listed for the value or rarity of material required. If the result is below the listed DC, a complication occurs and the facility and the Bastion cannot provide the required material until the complication is resolved. There. Rangers roll echo chamber. Oh, thank you. All clear. Echo chamber. Are you saying it's my volume's too high? Because I can try to bring that down. There, let's try that. Maybe that's better now. Mic check, mic check. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Yeah, that's much better. It should be better anyway on your end. Or are you saying that some of this text is redundant? Because that's also possible. Oh, I can still hear that. That pisses me off. Maybe if I turn down the master volume a smidge. If I'm still audible, maybe that'll be better off like that. Let's see. Harvest. You can gather materials. Okay, let's see all the different types. Harvest. You can gather materials. Okay, let's see all the different types. Nom nom. All right, let's go. Let's go through our list and find all the different things that can harvest. That'll be a fun, quick exercise. Nom. Facility benefits. Oh, settlements. So you have the facility benefit of when issuing a harvest order to acquire plant material. You can that's it. Harvest. You can gather materials for crafting non-items or empowering magical items. A bastion must be located on a settlement capable of harvesting the desired material to be issued the harvest order this way. There are 3 types of materials that can be harvested. Animal, mineral, plant. Desired material to be issued the harvest order this way. There are 3 types of materials that can be harvested: animal, mineral, plant. Generally, let's see. See Appendix A below for the list of materials required to create non-magical items. Period. See Appendix A below for the list of materials required for each item. Yeah, to create each, to create an item. See Appendix A below for the list of materials required to create an item. So when we're in crafting, it would be, here's the DCs of crafting. You are required to have the correct materials. Thank you, Tiny Timer. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna play for very long tonight. See Appendix A below for the list of materials required to create an item. The DC of the Bastion check to determine is determined. The value of the material harvested is limited by the rank of the facility. Is limited by the rank of the facility carrying out the order and size of the settlement the facility is located on. Is limited. The value of the material harvested is limited by the rank and size of the settlement the facility by the rank and size of the settlement the harvest order is issued to. Period. So to craft an item, you have to have you have to have the right facility to be able to do so. Check the list down below for what facilities can be used to create each item. See Appendix A below for the list of facilities that can create each item. That can create an item. For the list of facilities required to create a magical item. See Appendix A below for the list of facilities that can the list of facilities required to create a non-magical item. A particular non-magical item. See Appendix A below for the list of facilities required to create a particular type of magical item. There we go. That should be sufficient language. I think Harvest is good enough for now. It's going to need refinement, but I think it covers the gap. So Harvest is okay for now. Harvest and Trade kind of work together. I'm okay with that for now. There are no specific. Okay, so you have to have a settlement. You can have a greenhouse and a garden and stuff as facilities in your bastion. And that will allow you to make some stuff. But to be able to actually harvest material en masse, you have to be on a settlement. To be able to provide enough materials to... you can have a greenhouse to craft some poison. But you aren't harvesting fields and fields of poppy or coca to create massive amounts of poison. You're making it on like the per dose basis inside the bastion is crafting. But it could upscale. You could upscale it if you can get a larger material resource. If I had 20 acres of poisonous mushrooms, I could probably brew up some nasty poison. But otherwise, I would just have like a greenhouse that's just like growing like my own little supply of poisonous mushrooms that I can occasionally extract some poisons from, but I can't mass produce it. That's the idea that goes on there. So you only really have to make a bastion check for harvesting if the demand for the item might exceed the facilities. So, you know what? Honestly, in that sense. Maybe I don't have to gatekeep the size of the settlement. Maybe it could be any facilities or settlements. The size of settlement where the material can easily be harvested. As detailed in settlements below. If the rank of if the settlement is a lower rank than the rarity or than the value or rarity of material required, a bastion order, A Bastion order to determine if the material is available. If the material needed for harvesting is deemed by them to be particularly exotic, or if the amount needed may be difficult for the Bastion to provide. There, now it's self-reinforcing. There we go. So if you have the facility and is within its normal stock price, you don't have to worry about it. If you're trying to exceed what, like if you only have a second rank settlement and you need rare level materials, then your second rank facility can't pull off that rare material, and you need rare. The difficulty is going to be a DC 20, but you're doing that with a second rank facility. So that would typically mean that you would be rolling a D20 plus D6 for second rank plus 2. That's going to give you a range of anywhere from 4 to 28. So you've got basically a 2 in 3 chance of being able to succeed in having that material. Otherwise, a complication occurs. There you go. So good stuff. I think that is now self-reinforcing, and will work. Yeah, I think that works now. Maintain. Okay, well let's see if we can just go fetch the maintain lifestyle bit up here. Let's see if we can just hijack that and drop it down into the proper section, and we can just haul all this stuff and drop it down to the bottom of the document, which might be the most productive thing for us to do right now. Orders. Issuing orders. Oof. I'm going to leave this. Actually, you know what? I'm going to leave this be. I'm going to leave this here. We'll do that. I'm going to leave this. Actually, you know what? I'm going to leave this be. I'm going to leave this here. Do that. Let's go grab, maintain. Boy, this is a hot mess up here right now. That's okay. Item creation rules are a hot mess. Empower. Item creation rules are a hot mess. Let's cut that. Import. Craft. Mass production. There. And then back up here. Demon Law. Bastion lifestyle. Ooh, my body's having a fit. I can feel it. It's having a fit. We need to resolve all this other governorship and stuff like that. We'll get to that. Power, craft, maintain. So we're going to resolve maintain, empower, and craft for all the base mechanics of just the core rules for each of these orders. I'm gonna call these like basic orders, and they'll have unique orders. Yeah, that makes sense. Basic orders and unique orders. That makes sense. Yeah, basic. Basic orders, and then we'll have unique orders, which we can then refer to up top. Like there's some unique orders that don't comply with these these basic orders. Like for example, the auction house has 2 orders to trade: one to convert bastion points into gold, and another one to find magic items instead of empowering them. Like those are unique orders that only those particular facilities can perform. These generic roles, these basic orders, can be performed by anything that's equipped to research, or anything that's equipped to craft, or anything that's equipped to empower, or blah, blah, blah. So since anyone can do it, the rules are the same. Is when you get specifics. Yeah, specifics. All right, let's get after it. And then okay, so these are basic orders. Basic orders follow the same general rules regardless of facility, regardless of the facility or regardless of the facility or the specific nature. Regardless of the facility. Let's see. Basic orders follow the same general rules regardless of the facility. For example, crafting armor is very different from crafting paper, but both items follow the same general rules. For example, crafting armor is very different from crafting paper, requiring different facilities to create either, but both follow the same general rules. There, I think that's concise enough for now. So craft. Bastions can be issued orders to create non-magical items for characters to use. The lifestyle the lifestyle maintained by a bastion sets one moment. I was about to say, okay, so we already know that crafting something requires the facility to be a high enough rank to be able to produce the effect. If if I want to make a 4,000 gold piece item, I have to have a 3rd rank facility to do so. I was about to say I need to maintain a minimum lifestyle for the Bastion on top of being a high enough rank. So like a rare magic item requires a 3rd rank facility to attempt creating the item. But using that same philosophy, I would also have to maintain a wealthy lifestyle. It'd be poor, comfortable. It's poor, modest, comfortable. So I'd have to be, for me to be able to attempt crafting a rare magic item or any kind of non-magical items up to 4,000 gold pieces in cost in total. For me to be able to do either one of those, I have to be maintaining a comfortable lifestyle for my Bastion. Because it goes poor, modest, comfortable, wealthy, and aristocratic. So like if I want to create a legendary magic item, not only do I have to have a 5th rank facility capable of producing magical that powerful, I would also have to be maintaining an aristocratic lifestyle for my Bastion to be able to absorb the cost of creating that magic item. And when you're trading or just maintaining a lifestyle by producing and selling goods and stuff like that, you don't keep any of that on the books. It's just all washed away with a single die roll, which determines how well is commerce working for you right now. And you can spend points, you can spend Bastion points to lock in a lifestyle for the duration of, for however long the duration is, for the size of your, for the rank of your Bastion. Like a 1st rank Bastion can only maintain a lifestyle for a week, but lifestyles are determined every week. So there's no sense in a 1st rank Bastion maintaining a lifestyle because they can't hold on to it for any longer than a week because they're too small of a business to avoid that. But a 2nd rank Bastion is large enough to be able to endure rises and falls in the market and can sustain once you hit a lifestyle, you can sustain it for an extended period of time. And that lifestyle is 1 point per rank of lifestyle. Poor, modest, comfortable, wealthy, aristocratic, 1 to 5. So if I wanted to maintain a comfortable lifestyle for my 2nd rank Bastion, it would cost me 3 points, and I would be able to hang on to that Bastion for what we have: week, month, season, year. So that's a 5th rank Bastion can hold on to a lifestyle for an entire year. A 4th rank Bastion can hold on to a lifestyle for an entire season. A 2nd rank Bastion, a 3rd rank Bastion can hold on to a lifestyle for an entire month. And that would mean that a 2nd rank Bastion would only be able to hold on to a lifestyle for a week, but everything's updated on a weekly basis, so I have a whole. It's a week, which is gone. Day, week are gone. Month, season, year, and perpetual. So yeah, 5th rank Bastion, once it hits a lifestyle that it wants to maintain, it can just lock those points in permanently. And nothing can take that lifestyle away until the Bastion is damaged. But sustained lifestyles are always attacked first. There, that makes sense. Hey, we figured it out. When a Bastion is attacked, the Bastion points expended to maintain a lifestyle are taken first, if any. Are damaged first. So if you had spent 4 points to maintain an aristocratic lifestyle for a year as a 4th rank Bastion, and then your Bastion is sabotaged by spies, and they end up dealing 6 Bastion points worth of damage to your Bastion, the first thing that you would lose is you lose the 4 points maintaining that wealthy lifestyle. That is now gone. and then 2 points remain, which could be used like to shut down, I don't know, your auction house or something. So those 6 points are damaged and need you can recuperate and repair them through maintaining through the maintain action. That makes sense. A bastion turn is typically a week. A bastion turn by default is 1 week. A first rank bastion cannot maintain a lifestyle for more than 1 week at a time, so there's no sense. So there's no reason. So a first rank bastion cannot spend points to maintain. I cannot spend points to maintain 1. Period. Let's see. Lifestyle. Let's go. Bastion. Lifestyle. Points to maintain. Poor, modest, comfortable, wealthy, aristocratic, momentum, aristocratic. That was horrible. You can hate me. That's fine. That's fine. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hey, what logic? It is impossible for a first-rank bastion to become aristocratic through their own goods and services. You could invest money into sustaining to maintain a lifestyle, I suppose, if you had a lot of cash on hand. Rare or exotic. Poncho, liner, tarp. Ranger roll. Oh man, you kids. Okay, so rank of bastion determines duration of sustaining a lifestyle. A lifestyle while a bastion turn is while maintaining a lifestyle. While maintaining a lifestyle is determined each bastion turn, which is typically 1 week. Bastion turn, each bastion turn, which is typically 1 week each, which is typically 1 week each. A bastion can expend additional bastion points to maintain a lifestyle for a longer duration without having to re-roll. A bastion can only maintain a level, a degree, a quality of lifestyle equal to or less than the result of the bastion test. Result of the bastion test. Rank of bastion determines duration of sustained lifestyle. And degree of lifestyle and cost of bastion points is determined by the degree of lifestyle maintained. Of the current of the bastion test. There you go. Okay, that's probably sufficient. While maintaining a lifestyle is determined each bastion turn. While maintaining a lifestyle is determined each bastion turn with a bastion test. Comma. I don't need to do that. That'd be redundant. Let's go up here. Maintain a lifestyle. Makes a bastion test each week. I guess it's a misnomer. Oh, no, we have to issue in order so we can get bonuses. So all bastions make a bastion test each turn. Each bastion must issue the maintain order each turn, each bastion turn, to determine the quality of lifestyle maintained for the bastion at the beginning of each turn. For the bastion at the beginning of each turn. Must issue the maintain order each turn. An order must be issued to maintain each turn the maintain order. This is actually important to do that because if there's a complication that arises, that can be resolved through the maintain order. Since you're already using the maintain order once this turn to maintain a lifestyle, that roll is going to be degraded. The Bastion die roll is going to be reduced by 1. So if I issue multiple maintain orders to my Bastion each turn, the first order has my best die, then second best, then third best, until my dice get ground down to no dice, and it's just a d20 plus rank of my Bastion. If I sustain, if I spend points to maintain a lifestyle for multiple turns, then I do not need to issue that order. And I can save myself that order, so if a complication arises that requires the maintain order to resolve, then I will not have my die reduced. And that's how you create variety. Because the way that we said it 2 sessions back, and I believe this, I don't recall whose help, I believe this was Steve or Foxy's assistants. I think it was Foxy that helped out with this. That all orders use the best die available to the Bastion as a whole. So a third rank Bastion always rolls 1d20 plus d8 plus 3 for any order they issue, unless they have to issue the same type of order more than once. So if I've issued a crafting order and a maintain order and let's say a harvest order, and my harvest order goes wrong, and so the complication is can be resolved with the maintain order. Well, I've already used the maintain order once. I'm using a D8. So if I were to then issue the maintain order to resolve the complication, instead of making it an adventure, instead of rolling a D8 and adding it to the D12, I'd be rolling a D6 and add it to the D12. Although on average, that's only going to reduce the die roll by the roll by 1 statistically. It's in the moment that you have to worry about, and a D6 can feel very different from a D8, especially when you only get a 2 or a 1, or a 4 or a 6. Neither one of those are 7 or 8, so there is a difference. So I feel that stance. Individual characters can purchase lifestyles as I'm gonna leave out that purchasing lifestyle stuff, because a character can always purchase a lifestyle. Lifestyle without expanding order. Let's see. And death saves. There. Okay, this isn't so difficult, is it? If you roll rolling below 10 when maintaining a lifestyle creates a complication. Furthermore, if a bastion fails rolling below 10 when attempting when rolling to maintain a lifestyle. There we go. That's the right words. Rolling below 10 when determining the quality of lifestyle for the Bastion. Creates a complication. Rolling below 10 when determining the quality of lifestyle for the Bastion creates that. Yeah, that's a broken sentence. When determining the quality of lifestyle for the Bastion, rolling below 10 creates a complication. When determining the quality of lifestyle for the Bastion, rolling below 10 creates a complication. That's the way to do it. When determining the quality of lifestyle for the Bastion, rolling below 10 creates a complication. Furthermore, if a Bastion rolls below 10 3 times before rolling 10 or above, the Bastion bankrupts and loses a number of Bastion points required to meet the loses Bastion points reduced to the minimum required for the next lower rank of Bastion. If a Bastion is already first rank, the Bastion is destroyed. The Bastion dissolves, loses all value and hirelings, reducing effectively destroying the Bastion. Effectively destroying it. That's also a comment about war. If you can reduce the number of Bastion points that a facility has through siege or sabotage, you have reduced that Bastion to 0, effectively destroying it or sapping it of all resources and manpower. When determining the quality of lifestyle for the Bastion, rolling below 10 creates a complication. Furthermore, if a Bastion rolls below 10 3 times before rolling 10 or higher, before rolling 10 or above, Furthermore, if a Bastion rolls below 10 3 times before rolling 10 or higher 3 times, the Bastion bankrupts and loses Bastion points. The Bastion bankrupts and loses a number of Bastion points, loses a number of Bastion points until it reaches and bankrupts and the number of Bastion points that remain is equal to the minimum number required for the next lower rank. If Bastion is already first rank, the Bastion loses all value and hirelings, effectively destroying it. Yeah, we're gonna get rid of that. We're maintaining a lifestyle to determine each bastion turn. Wait for it. Hold on. When determining the quality of lifestyle of the bastion, rolling. Wait for it. Hold on. When determining the quality of lifestyle of the bastion, rolling. Here we go. When determining the quality, when rolling a bastion test to determine the quality of lifestyle maintained for the bastion, if the result is lower, if the result lowers the quality than the previous bastion turn, a complication occurs. A complication occurs, and the bastion cannot gain a higher quality of lifestyle until that complication is resolved. So if I had an aristocratic lifestyle and I get knocked down to modest, I can't get better than a modest lifestyle for my bastion until I resolve the complication. And once you get below 10, that unto itself, ooh, fuck. Furthermore, if a bastion, if a bastion has a wretched or squalid lifestyle, furthermore, if a bastion has a wretched or squalid lifestyle for three turns in a row, the bastion bankrupts, and the number of bastion points has a lifestyle. If a bastion has a lifestyle lower than poor 3 times in a row, the bastion bankrupts. I want to do it that way instead of the death saves with 3 up versus 3 down, because it's a little complicated. It's a little complicated to word it that way. But furthermore, if you fucked up your die roll and you're now in a squalid or wretched lifestyle, and you get frozen there because of a complication, now you're on a timer. You have 2 more turns to resolve that complication and pull you out of being squalid or wretched. Otherwise, you're bankrupting. There is an argument that we could attach a lifestyle to the rank of a bastion. So the rank determines the minimum lifestyle required to be maintained. And if you fail to maintain that lifestyle for 3 turns, you would degrade from 5th to 4th rank, but that's very complicated. That's more accurate. That feels more dynamic, realistic, and risky. Like a 5th rank facility, a 5th rank bastion would always have to maintain an aristocratic lifestyle. First off, that's a false narrative, because you could have a very Spartan organization that has amazing craftsmen in it. They're just not posh. They just choose to reinvest all of their wealth back into their company. That's what the die rolls would result from. So you don't care if you have an aristocratic lifestyle or not. You're always going to maintain something lower. That could be how you roll. Like, it's really easy for us to maintain a modest or a modest or a comfortable lifestyle for our hirelings. We're Spartan by nature. We don't need to have a lot of exotic materials and luxury expenses, so we can afford to just lock in 2 points forever. And if we ever happen to do better, cool. But we have this backstop, so that's not so bad. Well, I guess if you're going to re-roll, it would cancel out the health points. That's an important point. But yeah, I like this, the maintaining 3 times, because if you roll below 10, if you reduce your rank, it creates a complication, and you can't raise the rank again until you resolve the complication. If those complications drive you down below a poor lifestyle, you are now on a ticking clock. You have to resolve that complication, or your business will start to bankrupt. Yeah, that feels right. And then you can complicate it by sabotage and sieging a bastion, further stripping them of bastion points, preventing them from being able to recover. So, yeah, that's the idea. Let's see. Maintaining a lifestyle extended lifestyles. That sounds like a word. Yeah, I think that works. Basic trade, basic research order, basic recruiting order, and some variables inside of it. Basic maintain order, basic harvest order. Now I have the basic empower and craft order. I'm feeling really fatigued, and it's almost 8 o'clock. What have I been doing this like for 2.5 hours already? How long have I been doing this? 2 hours? I feel like I want to stop. I know I haven't gotten crafting and empowered done yet, but I feel like I should pause here. So I think I'm going to go ahead and cut. I've got 1 page left for the Eberron adventure before first draft layouts are done. So I'm going to go ahead and cut stream now. I'm going to go work on the Eberron book. Try to clean that up before I run out of steam for the night. Get that stitched up. God, that's really exciting. Okay, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and cut here. When we come back on Thursday, we'll resolve crafting and empowering, and then we'll start filtering the rest of the variant. We'll resolve downtime activities, variant orders, like unique orders, and start describing facility benefits down here. I think that's the right way to do it. Yeah. All right, that's it. So we'll go ahead and cut stream for now. Thanks, guys, for hanging out. I really appreciate y'all being here. And anyone else that's checking out the stream, thanks a lot. Like, subscribe, bell icons. We're here 9 times per week. I'll be back tomorrow morning working on more Eberron art. Maybe I can show off the book a little bit. And yeah, that's it for now. I'll be back tomorrow morning. See you guys then. Thanks a lot.